Hello and welcome back to the channel, guys, and we're back at it on the Porsche. We're going to crack on with where we left off. We'll pull off the tape and see how that spoiler looks on the tailgate, and then hopefully by the end of this video for you guys we'll be actually driving this car on the road, because we've got that MOT, which is literally just the other side of this weekend. So we're on the final run now to get everything prepped, ready for that. And it's also then going to have the service done at Porsche, so it'll be interesting to see what them guys think of the car, and hopefully I'll be able to show you guys how it looks next to an actual 2025 Porsche Cayenne 2. So spoiler now fully installed, and what do you guys think? Drop us a comment. I'd be really interested to know whether you guys would have actually fit this on or not. Came with the kit, it's not something I particularly would have gone for if it hadn't come with the kit, but thought, sod it, let's put it on and see what it looks like. So that now being the last piece of the puzzle for the exterior of the car on the back end, and now knowing that the boot is going to function correctly, me and Carl moved our attention to the inside of the boot, and we're basically fitting up all the trims now, getting everything back into position. And again, then once we've done that, we'll then make sure that the catch latches again, and all being well, that'll be the final piece of the puzzle for the back end. Okay, so with the tailgate now sorted, really happy that we've managed to get that done and seating correctly on the electronic close. The next job on the list is actually to get that washer fluid bottle back in for the windscreen wash. We've had to make some adjustments because we've not got washer jets for the headlights on this with the body kit now. So I'll show you guys that next, and then as soon as we've got that in place, we'll look at chucking in the wheel arch liner, and then we can actually fit the wheel back on, where we've now replaced that tyre that was showing cords with a new part 1 that's just about going to get me through the MOT. And then, as I say, further down the line, we'll be looking at swapping the wheels and putting some fresh tyres on this. Okay, so just looking at fixing back up the washer bottle. On this kit, you don't actually get any headlight washer jets. So that means you're taking off the original hose. And what I've done is temporarily just cut off some of the excess on the hose. I've kept the actual clip, which will allow me just to go straight on there, and there you have it. Now we'll have no leaks come from that. That's basically tubally clipped on there with a bolt. That's the reservoir for the windscreen wash back in place now. We'll get the dirt shield in, and it'll be nice and easy to change that when I've got a proper bung. So that's in a nice place. It's just literally the bolt there, bolt at the top, and then we're gonna go for it. With this dirt shield, slightly different with these newer wings. The fixings are different, they're just kind of clips rather than actually screwing them in. Other than that, it's pretty straightforward. Next job, we're going to be fitting up the GTS-style side skirts. This will fit any 985 Cayenne from 2011, I believe, all the way up to the 2017 model. So if you do have your standard side skirts on yours and you want to go for the GTS look, then you can do this. It's nothing to do with the actual body kit, but it will add to the look that I'm going for on this car. Beef it up a little bit and give it a bit more presence and that illusion that the car's sitting lower as well. Right, so just going to look at actually putting on the new sill trims, which will be essentially the GTS style, going from the standard that was on this. And what we're going to have to do this is actually take off the rear door and potentially the front door as well. We did take off both on the other side. You've got your spline bolt that you actually have to take out on this side, and then you have these as well, which, to be fair, a 6mm socket will get you onto that. Undo both of those. That then allows you to lift the door once you've undone the check strap there. So it's as simple as that. Pretty easy actually, considering it looks like a bigger job than it actually is. You've also got your socket on this side as well. It's just literally a case of taking off the rubber and unplugging that. So with the rear door off and the car's now prepped, ready for the side skirt to be mounted, what we're looking at here is just actually putting on the adapter clips. You do get these with the kit, but you can also use your original ones. And then there's also like a little fin, almost tiny little dirt shield piece, just to finish it off. Just sticking out from the side, you have the studs where you mount the actual side skirt to, and then you can put the nuts on there. And then underneath, got like clips almost, so you just need to make sure the seat's right. Did this a couple of times myself before I managed to get it right all the way down. You'll hear it snap into position, and then you've got some bolts underneath then just to secure it into position, and it literally is that simple. I've not got too many clips on this one, so I will link a video that I used that I found really helpful in the description if you do want to give this one a go yourself. And I think you'll agree, it definitely makes a big difference to the side of this car. Now, one thing that we've not yet done is those plastic trims are still the sort of original standard textured feel. So further down the line, what we'll be doing is taking those off and doing them body colour as well to match it all in nicely. We're virtually done now, and I'm just going to run through some checks with Carl just to make sure we are fully prepped for this M&T. The last thing I want to be failing for is something silly like a light. Obviously, we've had issues with the lights on this already, so they've been checked multiple times, but I do just want to double check that. So I'm going to get Carl just to stand outside, watch me go through all the sequences on the lights and make sure everything's functioning correctly front and back. And then I think that's pretty much us buttoned up then for the MOT. Now, it's a good job that we did this test because we did find that the front fog light on the driver's side that had fitted, the plug had actually come loose during the point of us fitting up the front bumper. Fortunately, I could just about get to it by undoing some of them arch lining clips and just getting my hand in there. Managed to get it back fully clipped in, and then we tested again and that was functioning correctly. So I was glad to say everything was good to go. Right, so that's the Porsche done now, and it's going to be going to its MOT on Monday. So we've managed to do it a bit sort of short and sweet with the clips that I've got for this last bit, just because it was such a mad panic to get it to this point for its MOT and service at Porsche. But we're ready to go. Just literally going to do one little run. I've never drove this vehicle other than getting it on and off a flatbed truck, so want to try and take it up a few gears and make sure everything sounds okay. Everything obviously looks okay. We've been around it in all the wheel arches, so I don't expect it to have any issues with the MOT. So that's the plan now. First drive of the Cayenne, and hopefully it's a good one. Right, so just inside now and looking on the dash, we've literally, all we've got now is an interim service that is required, and then we've got the refill of the washer bottle. We've just put that in today, so we'll fill that up before it goes to its MOT. Everything else, all the other faults are clear. We have no issues whatsoever, so we should be good to go. Okay, so it's going to be first drive, guys. Hopefully everything goes to plan, and hopefully we'll be all set up for the MOT. So I'm literally just going to take it up and down the street. As I say, I've never driven this at the minute, so we'll see how it feels, how it drives, take it through some of the gears. I want to get it through some of them higher gears, so I have let it warm up a little bit and it's really running very smoothly. So fantastic news at the minute. We've got into third gear there. I'll just drive around this corner here, and I think I've got a bit more road here now, where hopefully I'll be able to take it up a few more gears. Just double check we're all clear. Yep, so foot to the floor, sounds pretty good. Fourth gear there. Fantastic news. Did have it in sports mode there, so I'm going to take it out to sports mode now and just see whether it goes up a few more gears. Again, I can't even feel these gear changes, so that's really positive. So there we go. We're not going to do any more than that. Obviously we want this to be MOT'd and everything before it's on the road properly, so that has given me massive amounts of confidence. I've got no extra warning lights or anything like that have come on the dash there now. I'm happy it's gone up to 4th gear. That's about all we're going to get, unfortunately, on the side road here. But what I'll get is a chance tomorrow now just to be able to go onto the motorway, get the car up to like motorway speeds, and then that's only going to do good for this engine because it has now been sat for like 6 months without getting any sort of use, and I don't think that's good for any car, to be honest with you. So yeah, we'll put it back away, even though ideally I'd love to just go and drive this around now. But yeah, we'll get it back in the unit, fully prepped now, and yeah, happy days. If everything goes as well as this has done today, then we should be on for a very good result with the MOT and service at Porsche. So I'll see you guys in just a second when I cut to tomorrow, picking this car back up, and we'll be taking it to Porsche then, as I say, for the service and MOT. Good morning guys, and it's officially the day that the Porsche gets back on the road. So the plan is we're going to head over to Porsche now, get this thing MOT'd, get it serviced, and then we are good to go. It's come a long way in the last few months, and yeah, really excited now. It'll be really interesting to see what kind of reaction we're going to get at Porsche. Obviously, are they going to like it, are they going to hate it? But let's find out when we get over there. Okay, so we made it over to Porsche, and just thought I'd park up next to what this car is basically replicating. I've parked next to one that's not a non-turbo, so there is some slight differences, but kind of shows the quality of the kit and how it's looking in comparison. I'm pulling into Porsche. I was fortunate enough to be able to park next to a true 2025 model, so it was really good to be able to show you guys and for me to compare our car to an actual 2025 Porsche Cayenne. One thing I would say with this is there is a difference in the front ends here. Mine's replicating a turbo model, and this is essentially the standard 2025 model that I'm comparing it with. So it's a little bit unfair in that comparison because mine's a more aggressive front end. One thing that really stood out to me is the height of the bonnet and the height that the windows actually start. So on the newer model, it actually gives it the appearance that it's a bulkier, bigger, taller car. But in reality, I think the dimensions for these cars are actually very, very similar, if not the same. I think we got it spot on with the sills as well, putting on those GTS sills and then moving on to the back end, and you can clearly see the difference now between mine as a replication and the actual one, with me having them caps that cover up where the old style tail lights would have gone. Would have been really nice to have had them sort of welded or smoothed into the body panels. Maybe that's something we'll look at down the line. But overall, I've got to say I'm really impressed with how this kit's come out. All the hard work that they've put into it, along with all the help and hard work that Carl's put into it, really shows when we can sit this car side by side with a true 2025 one, and it looks so good. But let's get inside, get it booked in for its service, see what Porsche think, and also see how we do on that MOT. So we've done it guys, we've absolutely smashed it, we've got it through the MOT, no advisories whatsoever, so that's fantastic news. When you get a service from any of the main manufacturers as well, you get that free full inspection, so it's had the inspection done. So just thought I'd cut into the video here and show you guys how well we actually scored on this inspection, give you the report card that I received, and also in the background we'll play the actual physical inspection that they carry out as well. So in terms of the inspection report, the first two items that we've got that are actually marked in amber here, one's a key battery replacement. That's actually included in the cost for the service. So that was done by Porsche. And then the second one that we've actually got is, they did mention to me that the rear brake calipers, the bleed nipples, were seized. So that's something for me to be mindful of down the line. They've got the ambers marked on the tyres. That's literally because they're not the, I think it's NA or NO compliant, which is basically Porsche's recommendation of tyre brand and tyre specification. So nothing really to worry about, and obviously we're going to be swapping out the wheels to the new ones very soon. When I do that, I'll double check the tyre specs and make sure that I get Porsche compliant tyres fitted on those before they go in the car. Other than that, everything is actually all in green, so I was really happy with that. And it's always really good to get that feedback when you get the car back on the road for the first time after being crash damaged, because there's things that could be spotted by them on a 4-poster ramp that I've missed, and I'm glad to say there's not been anything highlighted on this one. Really happy that it's been able to get through the inspection, the MOT, with nothing flagged, because that was, as I say, still the bit of a gamble that I had with this car with not having previously driven it. So it's great to know that it's mechanically sound, as well as obviously visually looking amazing now. So really, really, really happy with that and the result that we've had there. I do want to say as well, Porsche have been absolutely amazing, where it's been going into the parts department, dealing with the parts department there for any bits that are needed for this. It's been surprising how many of the parts have actually been cheaper to go direct with them for than even buying second-hand parts off the likes of eBay. So definitely say to anyone, go there, you're going to get a great experience. They're great to deal with if you're asking for advice on the parts as well, if you've not got the part numbers. And also the service team in general are fantastic, really welcoming, and I think it really does go to show the difference in service level that you get at the likes of Porsche. You are paying a little bit extra, but you're getting that back in the treatment of your service when you're going in there as an individual, and you do feel special. Even though this is like a 10-year-old plus car now, I was still dealt with as if I had a brand new car there. So really, really can't speak highly enough of Porsche and how they've dealt with me through the whole process of building this car back up and getting it serviced and back on the road. So yeah, it's been absolutely fantastic. I want to say thank you to everyone who's watched the series. If you've not watched the full series, I'll put a link at the back end of this video that you can just click on, and it will take you straight to the whole series. I think I've done 10 to 12 videos on this now, getting it to this point. And yeah, thank you very much for watching, guys. If you could hit that like button, and if you've not done already, subscribe to the channel, and we'll keep on putting content out. There's still more to do on this car. There's a lot of retrofits that I want to do, and we'll start them off in the next video. Until then, I'll see you later.